Do you really believe that Teofimo Lopez is trash?
No, not at all. Not at all. Teofimo is a good fighter. You know, he's very talented. He's very athletic. You know, he's always rose to the occasion in these big moments like this. But Shakur is just on a whole nother level. And this Saturday, he's going to prove it.
I think this could be the first time that Shakur Stevenson has somebody who can match him with athletic ability. Pure ability, pure speed, quickness, quick twitch, athletic ability that can match him. That I think Teofimo has the speed, the legs, the quickness, and he's got pop too with it, where he could possibly, I know this sounds ridiculous, but he could possibly match, and maybe even he would have to outmatch him to win. He'd have to be that good, but maybe match Shakur boxing and pull off what would be an upset.
2 days ago, the fight between Stevenson and Lopez.
Great fight.
What fight? Who wins up? Lopez. So nice, Stevenson. You know, Stevenson. There's a lot of people going to say that, but people are going to say Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've heard him at a party. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer. Slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is.
Seasoned fighters and analysts are weighing in with their closing takes on the upcoming clash between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. The bout is being framed as a tightly contested showdown that could swing either way. Many observers expect Stevenson's slick movement and defensive precision to challenge Lopez's physical strength and forward pressing style.
I think it's going to be a very, very, very interesting fight with a lot of X factors, a lot of intangibles, a lot of stuff floating around mentally, everything. I think it could be an intriguing fight. I don't know if it'll be a good fight. I don't know if it'll be a scintillating fight. I don't know about that. But I do think it could be interesting.
A lot of people are anticipating a strategic chess match in the ring, one that may last all the way to the final bell, while keeping the audience fully engaged.
Fighter, people, because you got two different styles. You got an offensive, defensive, in Lopez, and you got a defensive, in Shakur.
Yeah.
So it's gonna see who's gonna win. Is there any way of beating? Because at the moment, Shakur's gonna beat him up. No one really giving him that hard day. We've not really seen him in the deep end, but it's gonna be a good fight to see that can Lopez put him in the deep end. And I think he can, and I think he has the power and the technique to even.
Ex-title holder Amir Khan is backing Teofimo Lopez to come out on top, pointing to Lopez's ability and self-belief as key factors in his prediction. In Khan's view, Teofimo's quickness, precise punch sequences, and overall ring intelligence have the potential to create serious problems for Shakur Stevenson.
So nice, Stevenson. You know, Stevenson. There's a lot of people going to say that, but people are going to say Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've heard him at a party. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer. Slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn out big time. And obviously Shakur, we've not really seen him in the deep end.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that toughness is there with Shakur, and if it is there, which I believe it is, because I think it's a fantastic fight. It's one of them that we're all going to have an opinion on who's going to win, but none of us really know, because it's one of the best fights in
the
boxing.
The best, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah.
You think about it, look at Lopez. He's fought like some Lomachenko. He beat some great names on the way, man. Yeah. And I look good against them as well. Maybe his last fight wasn't the best. He made it a little bit tough, harder than it looked, but he's always performed at the highest level when he needed to.
Recently stepping away from the sport, pound-for-pound standout Terence Crawford is siding with Shakur Stevenson in the high-profile matchup. Crawford explained that Stevenson operates at a level above most of Lopez's recent opponents and believes that gap will be clear when they meet in the ring, predicting Shakur will dominate on fight night.
this will look aesthetically. Obviously, in the last fight, Shakur stood his ground a little bit more against William Cepeda. You don't expect him to do that against Teo, do you?
To be honest, I think he's going to do a little bit of everything. You know, I think we're going to see the best Shakur Stevenson come Saturday, and I just feel like, you know, it's going to be too much.
But Teofimo's done well against southpaws. Josh Saylor, Lomachenko, we got these southpaw here. You're a southpaw as well. Do you think Teofimo just has something that other fighters don't have against left-handers, or just think that Shakur's different level of a sniper of a southpaw?
Well, it's a little bit of both. You know, Teofimo has done real well against southpaws, but Shakur have done real well against orthodox fighters. Shakur is not the average southpaw that Teofimo has been fighting. You know, so that's why I say Shakur is levels above those fighters that he's been fighting lately.
And that's the reason he's a favorite coming into this.
Crawford also offered some simple guidance leading into the showdown, urging Stevenson to stay true to who he is. He emphasized that Shakur competes at an elite tier and told him to approach the fight with a calm, workmanlike mindset, stressing that there's no reason to complicate things since he already understands his own abilities.
At the highest level of the sport, right? You just defeated Canelo Alvarez in front of 70,000 plus, and you've been a big mentor to Shakur Stevenson. I give you a lot of credit for that. What advice have you given him as he goes into the biggest fight of his career?
Oh man, just be yourself. You know, hey, this is another day in the office, another walk in the park. You know, there's no reason to put a lot of pressure on yourself because you know what you're capable of. With the self-belief in yourself, you can do whatever you want in there, and that's what he's going to do.
Despite Shakur entering the matchup as a clear betting favorite, veteran trainer and longtime analyst Teddy Atlas sees a possible path to victory for Teofimo Lopez. Atlas cautions that everything hinges on Lopez's mental readiness, noting that his focus has been inconsistent in previous bouts. If Teofimo shows up fully dialed in and confident, Atlas believes he possesses the skill set needed to seriously test Stevenson and potentially shock everyone.
It starts for me with Teofimo, where it starts is, where is he mentally? He's up and down. You know, his father, the whole thing, his father's been with him the whole career. Listen, love him, hate him. His father has been part of getting him to these world titles. He's been part of it. Whatever. He has been up and down mentally. Where's he going to be? If he's right, if he's stable, if he's in a good place, he seemed to be in a very good place when he fought Lomachenko. If he's in a good place, I think this could be the first time that Shakur Stevenson has somebody who can match him with athletic.
Atlas also argues that Lopez may be the one opponent capable of pushing Stevenson beyond his usual rhythm. He feels Teofimo's physical explosiveness and constant forward momentum could interfere with Shakur's ability to manage distance, turning the contest into a genuine back-and-forth battle.
Pure ability, pure speed, quickness, quick twitch, athletic ability that can match him and could actually turn the tables in a way where he could force Shakur out of his comfort zone to maybe do some things, say, he doesn't want to do, that he's not as comfortable.
Former heavyweight champion and boxing icon Shannon Briggs believes the matchup between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson could be so close that it ends even on the scorecards. He envisions each fighter taking roughly half the rounds in a highly technical contest, noting that while both men are skilled, neither is known for overwhelming knockout strength.
And then what does Shakur have to do to win? What does Teo have to do to win?
It's going to be a real technical fight. I think both of them, not tremendous punches. So I'm looking at a 6-6, 6 rounds each, you know what I'm saying, or a close decision. It's a pick 'em. They both got skills.
What are the rounds that Teofimo wins? What do those rounds look like? Like with his style against Shakur, how does he win the rounds against Shakur?
Staying busy and Shakur, keeping Shakur defensive. If Shakur shows up and he don't let his hands go, then Teo get an advantage. But if Shakur start fast and they both go round for round, that's why I'm saying it's a 6-6, because I think they're going to go round for round.
And you think,
a great fight.
So for Shakur, he needs to kind of pick his spots, box. Is that kind of how you see Shakur winning rounds?
I think Shakur got to be busy and the busiest man gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be like a back and forth. Counter man, he gonna counter. So who could keep countering and who gonna get tired first?
This is a big one. I mean, this is like one of those where you don't know, right? Like the styles are gonna play out how they do.
It's a pick 'em. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna go back and forth until one of them say, "Yo, I gotta take it to over the mountain." You know?
British welterweight contender Conor Benn, recognized for his forward-driving approach and lofty goals in the sport, says is hoping Teofimo Lopez comes out on top. Ben points to Lopez's well-rounded ability, adaptability in the ring, and established resume as reasons why he views Teofimo as a threatening and thrilling competitor.
Yeah, it was good.
Who are you favoring on Saturday night?
I hope Teo does it, but I think Shakur will win. But I hope Teo does it, and I think Teo can. If anyone can do it, it'd be Teo.
Why would it be Teo?
Because he's explosive, he's unorthodox, he's tricky, and he's a savage.
What do you think about Shakur talking about Teofimo's dad, that he was on drugs and that he was drunk? What do you think about all that?
He was just having a good time. Let the man live. Let him live, bro.
On the opposite side of the debate, longtime fighter and commentator Gabriel Rosado is predicting a victory for Shakur Stevenson in their marquee showdown. Rosado acknowledged that both men bring elite ability and each has a realistic chance to win, but he feels Stevenson holds the upper hand due to superior technique and ring awareness. According to Rosado, if Shakur can unsettle Lopez early and control the tempo, that advantage could become decisive. He also warned that Lopez remains a volatile and dangerous opponent. If Teofimo settles in and gains confidence, Rosado believes the contest could tighten significantly or even finish evenly. Still, his final assessment favors Stevenson owning a decision through disciplined tactics, sharp accuracy, and intelligent movement. Rosado stressed that this is far from a lopsided fight, noting that both athletes operate at the highest level, but with the right execution and constant adjustments, Stevenson should be able to secure the win.
I favor Shakur in this one. You know what I mean? I think Teo is a phenomenal fighter, great fighter. But Teo to me is more like he has those athletic skills that you don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? It's like it comes to him.
Yeah, I think Lopez goes as well.
It comes to him naturally. Yeah. But I think that's what's going to nip him in the ass against Shakur. Right. Because Shakur is fundamentally sound.
Correct.
So when a guy that has this athletic ability and does things that are not fundamentally sound fights a guy that's seasoned like a Shakur, he's going to make you pay. And that's just how I see it. I think it's a great matchup, but I just favor
Shakur is like Floyd in this way.
Yeah.
He's like Floyd in this way. Everyone's able to boxing IQ, the defense, whatever, and Shakur's a southpaw, but he makes fewer mistakes than the other guy. Really, what Floyd did, he was like a football team that never turns the ball over. If you need to throw the if you need to throw the ball away, throw it away. Waste that down, right? But don't turn it.
Former world champion Amir Khan has come to Shakur Stevenson's defense amid debates over his fighting style and public image while discussing the upcoming bout with Teofimo Lopez. Khan recognizes that some fans and commentators have questioned Stevenson's methods, particularly his use of distance and defensive focus, but he encourages respect for Shakur's abilities rather than outright criticism. He highlights Stevenson's technical proficiency and high boxing intelligence as real assets, even if they don't always make for the flashiest fights. Khan also reminded audiences that top-level boxing values accuracy and tactical skill just as much as knockout power.
With Shakur, he's going to have to perform. He knows that this is the mega fight that because I think Shakur seems a little bit more relaxed and calm. Like he's going to win this fight. It's going to be a walk in the park for him. But I know one thing about Lopez is that he always pulls off a...
You know what the great thing about this conversation is that we're just having now? One of us is going to be right, and there's like,
not going to put no bets on it. One of us is going to get...
What do you think about the criticism that Shakur gets? Like, people say that he's boring, he's not entertaining.
He's like an Andre Ward style. Andre Ward, class fighter, wasn't really that entertaining, but got the win. I mean, that's what boxing is all about. It's all about...
Mayweather had a slight, aura of that rap around him as well. Not them for the boxing purists, like the purists of hardcore boxing, man, will look at it and appreciate these little movements and the genius stuff that they do in the ring.
Checking it,
maybe the sort of like more casual fan would look at and not appreciate.
Yeah.
I'm saying you've got to be a boxing. Yeah, you've got to be a hardcore boxing fan.
I used to love watching Andre Ward fight because it was so punch perfect. I watched his footwork, how he moved to the right, to the left. And I trained with him as well with Virgil. And I used to watch how he trained and how he fought, and I thought how he puts his hands down and uses it as a defense, and then pulls your hands down and catches you over the top, and them little things. Yeah. I look boring, but to a boxing fan and a ex-boxer or a boxer, you just go, wow, be like, wow. So this is
After successfully defending his IBF lightweight belt with a hard-fought majority decision over Cuban Olympic gold medalist Andy Cruz, Raymond Muratalla made it clear he has bigger goals ahead. He stated that he's setting his sights on the winner of the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson clash, signaling his readiness to challenge one of boxing's elite once that high-profile matchup concludes. Muratalla's remarks underline his determination to move beyond title defenses and pursue the sport's most significant and high-stakes fights.
We're hearing Eddie's told us that it sounds like you're moving up to 140. Is that true? And is there anybody you want in that division?
I would like the winner of Teo and Shakur next week. I'd love the winner of that.
If Shakur is going to drop back down to 35, can you make that fight happen at 35? Or does it have to happen at 40?
We'll make that happen too. Whoever wins, whatever weight they want to fight at, I'm there.
Would you be willing to go to New York City to watch that fight and call out either one next week?
I'm calling them out now. I gotta go out there, I'm telling you right now.
What is that? Obviously you just got done winning this fight, but what do you think that fight would look like in the ring? You and Shakur, if he's the one who wins, and I guess Teofimo too, if he's the one that wins.
Yeah, I mean, both those fights are great fights. I think boxing would love that. And that's that. I think it'll be a tremendous fight with either.
Teddy Atlas believes Shakur Stevenson addressed his critics with his showing against William Zeda, demonstrating a more balanced mix of offense while maintaining his top-tier boxing abilities. Atlas noted that prior to that bout, Stevenson was widely praised for his technical skill but often criticized for being overly cautious and not engaging enough to excite the audience. That I end the fight with Zapata. Stevenson combined defensive mastery with meaningful offensive output, stepping in, landing impactful punches, and holding his ground rather than constantly retreating. This approach alleviated many concerns about his style, showcasing a more complete fighter. Atlas explained that this combination of precision and proactive engagement earned respect from skeptics and shifted perceptions of Stevenson's approach in the ring. That performance is one reason experts now view him as a more well-rounded and convincing competitor, heading into his high-stakes matchup with Teofimo Lopez.
Finally did what people wanted, this young, talented, brilliant talent, brilliant defensive fighter, brilliant guy at control and range, Olympic silver medalist, quick hands, technically solid. He finally satisfied the critics, and he mixed offense with the defense. He sat down, and instead of moving all the time and punching on the move or on the draw back or traps, you come in 5 inches, he goes back 7, and he counters the crap out of you. He stood his ground, and he punched. And he still got the better of it with the sweet science, being defensively responsible, but without having to be less entertaining. He was more entertaining. He satisfied people. He made people, they said, that's what we wanted in Shakur. And they got it. Now he's a big favorite or a good favorite. You know the line's better than me. But he's a good favorite.
3-1, over 3-1 favorite, Shakur.
He's a big favorite.
Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez enter the ring with contrasting approaches, which makes their upcoming clash particularly compelling.
Very important fight in the sport of boxing. And what I mean is the best versus the best in their prime, something that needs to be normalized throughout the sport. Now, the matchup itself is a bit tricky. You have two guys with great boxing IQ, one super defensively responsible in Shakur Stevenson. The other, Teofimo, is also super defensively responsible, but they fight in very different ways. Teo's more loose, relaxed, a bit unorthodox. Shakur uses his eyes and his defense to offense very well, and both guys are able to control a fight. But I think there's a key difference here between what can happen and what will, in my opinion.
Stevenson has built a reputation for his top-level technical skill, outstanding control of distance, and defensive expertise. He relies on agile footwork, subtle movement, feints, and accurate counterpunching to stay safe while consistently scoring, often controlling the tempo without relying on knockout power. His style is deliberate and strategic, more like a chess match, favoring smart positioning and precision over reckless trading of blows.
This is why it's so hard to pick against him. Fundamentally, he is almost flawless in terms of what he does with his eyes, how it relates to how he defends, how he controls you with the jab, and then how he does counter you, even if it is mostly point countering. Like, his knockout power isn't the best. We know this. We know he's had trouble with his hands, but he's moving up to 140 pounds. Maybe that size and, him putting on a bit more muscle or a bit more strength could potentially have an effect here at 140. I don't know that it will. I'm just saying it may. It's so hard to break that defense. That's what it is. It's hard to break.
In contrast, Lopez relies on sudden bursts of speed, athleticism, and aggressive creativity. He leans on heavy punches, particularly his right hand, and quick, unpredictable combinations to disrupt an opponent's rhythm. He excels when closing the distance, forcing close quarters exchanges, and alternating between relentless pressure and sharp counters. While his output may be less steady than Stevenson's, his explosive offensive moments can prove decisive in key stages of the fight.
Yeah. There might not be a more explosive fighter. I don't want to say explosive puncher, but explosive fighter, fast twitch fighter at 140 pounds right now than Teofimo Lopez. That guy, this dude he has such a quick twitch ability, and being able to pair that with cardiovascular endurance is something you don't see a lot, but he is very, very tricky, very sneaky. You even see it there, some of the stuff where he's just slick, hands are down, but he's moving his head, bang, into the uppercut. Move his head, bang, back into the left hook. Teo is make you miss, make you pay, where Shakur will make you miss and sometimes make you pay, but the power, the speed, the reactivity of it, none of it is the same level of velocity as Teo brings.
Teofimo Lopez's father, Teo Sr., has been vocal during the lead-up to his son's showdown with Shakur Stevenson, arguing that Stevenson hasn't faced truly elite competition in his pro career. According to him, Shakur's record lacks opponents with proven championship credentials. Using this point, Teo Sr. has dismissed the idea that the fight is a 50-50th matchup, claiming that framing it as even is misleading because, in his view, Stevenson hasn't yet been tested at the highest level. He contrasts that with his son's wins over highly regarded fighters like Vasily Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, portraying Teofimo as the more battle-tested and legitimate contender. This narrative has been a central part of the Lopez camp's messaging, emphasizing that the fight is an opportunity for Teofimo to demonstrate his experience and assert himself as the more seasoned and accomplished fighter.
Worst thing in this fight is a 50-50 fight. This is the worst. But it's not a 40-60 fight. Man, what the hell are they talking about? Who has Shakur fought? Name me one guy. Come on.
Well, all you can really say, Oscar Valdez.
Oscar Valdez?
And obviously...
Didn't he get knocked the fuck out by Shelton or something?
Mm-hmm.
Bad. Come on.
Teo's got a way better.
You don't have, listen, let me tell you something about boxing. Once you get knocked out or get knocked down like Devin Haney did, like Oscar Valdez did, their confidence levels never come back.
At the official weigh-in, Shakur Stevenson engaged in some psychological games, teasing Teofimo Lopez's father about his earlier remarks and implying that the Lopez camp was unsettled. Stevenson expressed confidence that he would defeat Teofimo on fight night, asserting that he is the superior boxer and ready to demonstrate it on the global stage. He emphasized that he specifically chose to face Lopez for the challenge rather than to avoid risk, and highlighted that a win over a fighter of Teo's caliber would cement his legacy at 140 pounds.
It's now good. Y'all got one more day. Y'all got one more day. Oh, goof ass nigga.
Well, you, hey, it's man. Y'all people are dying to kill my ass. What's up?
Look like we got to you. Look like we got to you. Look like we got to you. It looked like we got to you. It looked like we got to you, nigga. Okay?
You better give it to me. Miss weight. Ever. We have never ever missed weight.
You lost, though.
Yeah, I lost my ass. I lost my ass. Never lost. I wish all of y'all would have gone with my son when I was feeling that day.
Yo, you and your son is one of the time.
So that means that when your son lost, when your son loses, he lost both.
He the acrobat.
Will Stevenson's precise technique and mastery of distance be enough to neutralize Lopez's strength and relentless pressure? Or could Teofimo pull off a surprising upset? Share your thoughts in the comments below.